Welcome back to Rise and Thrive. I'm Emma Sullivan, and today we're talking to trees. Yes, you heard that right. Trees.
I'm David Park, and I'm immediately wondering if this is a legitimate wellness topic or if Emma's finally lost it.
Oh, I've fully lost it, but in the best way. We're diving into this gorgeous essay by Allison Moore about how trees are basically the original life coaches. Forget Tony Robbins. Get yourself an oak tree.
Trees as life coaches, do they charge by the hour or by the branch?
They're free, David, which is already better than most therapists. Okay, so Moore starts with this. You know that feeling when you walk through the woods and suddenly everything just slows down?
Actually, yes. It's like someone turned down the volume on my brain.
Exactly. The noise in your head softens, your breath deepens, and for a moment you remember what peace feels like. That's what trees do. They lend us their calm because they've seen too much to be easily shaken.
Trees have seen some stuff. They're basically the wise grandparents of nature.
Yes! And here's the beautiful part. When Moore stands beneath a tree, she can almost feel the hum of life running through it. The sap is like its blood, talking softly from the depths of the earth in a long, forgotten yet remembered tongue.
Trees speaking ancient languages. This is getting mystical.
But think about it. They're silent, patient, ancient. They don't hurry. They don't strive. They just grow quietly into themselves. When's the last time you did that?
Never. I'm constantly hustling. Growing quietly sounds like career suicide.
And that's the problem. We forget this kind of wisdom. We chase growth as if it's something urgent, something loud. But trees remind us that true growth is slow and deep and unseen.
Slow and unseen growth. That doesn't make for good Instagram content.
Who cares about Instagram? Listen to this. The roots do their work in darkness long before the branches ever meet the sun. The roots do their work in darkness.
You're very passionate about underground root systems.
Because it's everything. Maybe that's why we're so drawn to trees. Somewhere inside, we know we're meant to live that way too. Rooted but reaching, steady but open, strong yet soft.
Strong yet soft. That's contradictory and also exactly what my therapist tells me.
Your therapist is a genius. Now here's where it gets good. Trees hold stories in their rings. Every drought, every storm, every blight, every wildfire. Seasons of light and shadow.
Tree rings as trauma records, dark but accurate.
But here's the thing. They don't erase the hard years. They carry them layer by layer, turning struggle into strength. It's a quiet kind of resilience. No drama, no need to prove anything, just presence.
Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to prove everything constantly.
Right? And maybe that's what stillness really is. Not an absence of motion, but an acceptance of rhythm. Trees don't resist winter. They don't panic when leaves fall. They trust the cycle.
Trees trusting the process. They're more zen than I'll ever be.
They let go, they rest, they wait. And they know spring always comes. But we try to force bloom in every season. We forget that rest is part of growth.
Rest is growth. That sounds like permission to nap, and I'm here for it.
Yes, stillness is not stagnation. Stepping back isn't failure, it's wisdom. Moore talks about all the times she tried to rush her own healing, to fix the pain, to move forward before she was ready.
That's literally my entire approach to life problems. Rush through them.
And the trees would smile at that gently, knowingly. They'd say, young one, you can't rush what's meant to root. I mean, come on!
The trees are calling us young ones now. They're condescending, but in a loving way.
Exactly. So maybe stillness isn't something to achieve. Maybe it's something to return to, like it's already there waiting for us.
Stillness as a return, not a destination. That's actually helpful.
Moore suggests this. Go outside, find a tree that speaks to you, and just lean against it. Feel your heartbeat match its quiet pulse. Notice how it doesn't ask you to be anything other than what you are.
So I should hug a tree. Is that what we're advocating?
I'm absolutely advocating tree hugging. That's love in its purest, wordless form, acceptance without expectation. When's the last time anything accepted you without expecting something back?
My dog, but he expects treats, so never mind.
See? But here's what really blew my mind. Trees are connectors. Their roots touch. They share water. They warn each other of danger. A forest is one great conversation underground.
Underground tree gossip network. I love this.
It's the original World Wide Web. Trees. They carry messages. They share resources like water, food, protection, even outside their own species. They never forget they're part of a greater whole.
Trees are better at community than humans. That's embarrassing for us.
It is, and get this. You're never really separate from the living world. You breathe out what trees breathe in. You feed each other. You belong to each other.
So trees and I are in a symbiotic relationship I didn't know about.
Yes, you're in a committed relationship with every tree on the planet. How does that feel?
Overwhelming. That's a lot of relationships to maintain.
But they're low-maintenance relationships. Trees don't text you at 2 a.m. They don't need emotional support. They just quietly keep you alive while asking for nothing.
Best relationship I've ever had, honestly.
So the next time life feels too fast, too loud, too heavy, go to the trees. Let them show you how to be still without stopping, how to bend without breaking, how to grow without rushing.
Trees as the ultimate wellness coaches. I'm genuinely sold on this.
Stand with them long enough and you'll remember something crucial. Peace was never something to find. It's something within you always. Always.
Peace is an inside job. Trees figured this out millions of years ago.
Exactly. Okay, let's get practical because I can't leave you all just wanting to hug trees without a game plan. First question. When's the last time you let yourself just be somewhere without checking your phone?
I'm checking my phone right now, actually.
Put it down. This week, find one tree, just one. Spend 5 minutes with it. No phone, no agenda. Just notice what happens to your nervous system.
5 minutes with a tree. That's weirdly specific and also doable.
Notice how it doesn't rush. Not for you, not for anyone. Notice how it's doing the work of growth so quietly you can't even see it happening. That's the model. Quiet, steady, unseen growth.
So stop announcing every achievement on LinkedIn.
I mean, you can still do that, but maybe recognize that the real growth is happening in the unsexy, invisible places. The roots in darkness, remember.
The roots in darkness. I'm writing this down.
Second, practice the tree pause. When something upsets you, before you react, imagine you're a tree. Would a tree freak out about this? Or would it just stand there, unbothered, waiting for the storm to pass?
What would a tree do? That's my new decision-making framework.
Yes! Third, embrace your seasons. If you're in winter right now, stop trying to force spring. Rest. Let things fall away. Trust that dormancy is productive, even when it looks like nothing's happening.
Dormancy as productivity. That goes against everything capitalism taught me.
Because capitalism is wrong about rest. Trees know that winter is when the roots grow deeper. When you're resting, you're not stagnating. You're preparing for your next phase of growth.
So my burnout last year was actually productive root growth.
Yes! If you learned from it, absolutely. Trees don't erase the hard years, remember? They carry them as rings, turning struggle into strength. Your burnout is part of your rings now.
My trauma as tree rings. That's actually a comforting metaphor.
Right? Fourth, find your tree community. More talks about how trees share resources underground. Who are your trees? Who are you connected to at the roots?
My people who keep me alive even when I can't see them doing it.
Exactly. And are you being a good tree to them? Are you sharing resources, warning them of danger, supporting their growth even when it doesn't benefit you directly?
Trees are making me examine my friendship quality. Unexpected.
Nature is full of lessons. Fifth, practice bending without breaking. Trees survive storms by being flexible. Where in your life are you being too rigid? Where could you bend instead of snapping?
Probably in every argument I've ever had with anyone.
Same. But imagine if we approached conflict like trees. Strong roots, flexible branches, firmly planted in our values but willing to sway when the wind blows.
Strong roots, flexible branches. That's going on my vision board.
Sixth, remember you're part of the greater whole. You breathe out carbon dioxide. Trees breathe it in and give you oxygen. You're in this dance together. Act like it matters.
So climate change isn't just an environmental issue. It's breaking up my relationship with trees.
Exactly. You're literally in a symbiotic relationship. If the trees go, you go. That's how interconnected you are. Everything you do affects them and vice versa.
Trees just made climate action feel personal. Well played, trees.
Seventh, adopt the quiet resilience. No drama, no need to prove anything. Just presence. Just showing up day after day, doing your work in darkness, trusting it matters even when no one sees.
That's the opposite of my entire personality.
Which is why you need it. Not everything needs to be performed, David. Some of the most important work happens quietly, like roots, in darkness, growing deeper.
You're really committed to this roots in darkness thing.
Because it's foundational. Okay, here's your homework, and it's delightfully simple. Go find a tree this week. Not just any tree. Find one that feels like your tree. You'll know it when you see it.
How will I know it's my tree? Will there be a sign?
You'll just feel it. Then spend 5 minutes with it. Touch the bark. Notice the branches. Think about everything it's survived. Think about how it just keeps growing, quietly, into itself.
This is the weirdest homework I've ever been assigned.
And the most healing. And when life gets overwhelming this week, ask yourself, what would a tree do? Would it panic? Would it force? Or would it just stand there, rooted and reaching, trusting the process?
What would a tree do? My new life philosophy, courtesy of plants.
Plants. Until next time, everyone. Remember, you're allowed to grow slowly, you're allowed to have hard years that become part of your strength, and you're allowed to just stand there and be present without achieving anything.
This podcast is powered by voxcrea.ai, where ideas find their voice, even ideas about becoming a tree.
Especially those. Now go find your tree and have a moment. Peace was within you all along.